Here's your weekly MMA update with Prediction Strike. I'm David Jackson. Apparently, Alexander Volkanovski is pissed at Max Holloway, saying, quote unquote, Max Holloway is beating up my #1 contenders. I agree with Volkanovski on this one. If the UFC keeps putting these young, fresh faces against Max Holloway, they're gonna keep getting beat. Max Holloway isn't this 38-year-old guy who's on his way out of the UFC. He's 31. He's just been in the UFC for a long time, and he's gonna keep winning. He's clearly the #2 featherweight, and if they keep putting guys in there, there's not gonna be any new faces for Volkanovski. That's a problem. That's a problem for the business. So please, UFC, stop putting these young, hungry guys in there with Max. We're not ready for a 4th fight between Volk and Holloway yet, so yeah, just stop doing that. Daniel Zellhuber seeing a nice stock increase after this past weekend's dominating win. Daniel Zellhuber, someone who came off of the Contender Series with a lot of hype, an undefeated record, actually lost his UFC debut. Stock went down a little bit. Everyone kind of forgot his name. No one was talking about him. Comes back this week, regroups, gets an awesome W. His stock went from $1.37 to $1.49 per share, which to me, that's still an attractive price on a guy who I think legitimately has championship qualities, and I could see a path for him getting to that championship fight. Beneil and the UFC butting heads a little bit after Charles Oliveira pulled out of their scheduled May fight. Beneil, normally a cool-headed guy, he rage quit. He had some demands for the UFC. He said, look, if this dude pulls out again, I want the title fight, and guess what? I want a pay increase too. And the UFC was basically like, yeah, you got it, buddy. I mean, and I love that for Beneil Dariush. I'm team Beneil 100%. This is a guy that he's humble, keeps his head down, just likes to fight. I'm about that. He doesn't pretend to be someone he's not or say weird things on Twitter to get people riled up. He just likes to fight. I say let's reward that type of behavior. I am here for it. Let's go. And that's it for this week's MMA updates with Prediction Strike. I'm David Jackson, and I'll see you next week.